Hi friends, it's Connie, the late blooming crafter, and I wanted to come on and share a little flip through of a very simple little eclectic journal that I made attaching envelopes together. I got this idea from a tutorial that I watched that was actually from about 5 years ago. The crafter's name is Jeanne, and her YouTube channel is Inky, INKY, Owl Studio, and she attached envelopes by taking the flap of the envelope and bending it backwards and attaching it to the previous envelope. The first envelope, you leave the flap open so that then it closes up on the very last envelope. And then you can also put glue that kind of combines and holds together all the envelopes, even though they are attached this way as well with the flap. But it was very simple and easy. There's a lot of ways to attach envelopes to create journals because I've kind of messed around with that and had fun with it. And there's so many fun ways you can do it. You really don't even need a tutorial. You can just figure out what way you like and what works for you. But the whole goal of this journal was to use up some of my supplies that I've saved for some unknown reason because I never had anything in mind that I was saving them for, but what these envelopes came from and the journaling cards and so forth that I used in them was from invitations to my first granddaughter's baby shower. And I had extras and I've had them for 12 years. Why? What was I going to use them for? I didn't know. But now look at me go. That's what junk journal makers do. So on the front envelope, I have fussy cut some flowers out from, for instance, this was just a card that I folded and wrote the kind of cupcake that was on a tray. And so a lot of the flowers are fussy cut. Not this one. This is part of the card, but then this was fussy cut and this was fussy cut, and I just used envelopes and cards like this and that I had saved and created a really cute little eclectic journal and used some vintage ribbon, a little vintage lace doily, and then some ephemera from a package bought from the craft store. But it turned out really cute. I think it's cheerful. A little bit more fussy cut here. Here's the back of the envelope attached and some journaling space. I took a couple cards and attached them, glued them together. So this is quite a thick journaling card or tag. Here's the back then, or the front, I think, of an envelope. And then I cut the very end of it so that I could create a pocket. We'll come back to this in a minute. A little more fussy cut to just kind of decorate the page. And these were not fussy cut, they're just part of the page or the envelopes. And another pocket that I created. And so these are two little signatures that I sewed into cards that were, again, identifying the cupcakes, but I covered the writing with some cheesecloth and ephemera. And then the back, there's another tag, just like the other one. And then I hinged a little pocket that I created out of an envelope. I cut an envelope down and then re-glued it and put some cards, journaling cards in there. A little more fussy cut here. This was on one of the invitations, Given with Love by Connie, so that worked out really good to have in the junk journal. I thought pretty cute. And then the back, I'm not a fan of how I cut this out. I don't like that, so I'm probably going to do something to make that not look like that. It just is kind of dumb looking to be honest, so I need to fix that. But then I made these 2 little books, excuse me, and again, out of those cards that were identifying the cupcakes, and I sewed in signatures of, again, using things that were in my stash that I'd saved for all these years and don't know why, but hey, now I know how to use them. So, I don't know how old these are, but, you know, stationery that I've collected from when we used to write letters, and old paper that just didn't have a purpose, and I was just saving it, and now my goal is to try to use up some of these things. And then I just try to decorate each page a little bit with some stickers that I have in my stash, or not stickers, but ephemera that I glued down. Create little pockets to put in cards, some stamping, just kind of an eclectic little journal. This, I actually sewed this piece of paper in a little bit crooked and decided to just fold back the edge, which was tattered, and glued down a piece of paper just for interest. So we can always try to fix our little boo-boos, right? Folded this out to create more journaling. Just vintage paper, like I said, that was in my stash, and this was part of a card. So yeah, I thought it turned out pretty cute. I love this little stationery that I had. I probably got it at a garage sale years ago. Use that for the center of the signature. And that's a bug, if you couldn't tell. Not a real bug. I've never been a huge fan of mushrooms, but I mean, I enjoy eating them, but I didn't really like them for decorating. But I thought, oh, I've got to use stuff. That's what this goal is, to use up stuff. And I actually like them in here. Excuse me. So there's a little bit of places to journal. Not big pages, they're small, but a lot of them, and lots of blank space. Again, there's that page that went in a little bit crooked, so I did the same thing on this side. My little bunny stamp that you know I love. Little pocket. More stamping. And that's the end of that one. Oh, and this is more fussy cut from another one of the cards. So that goes in here, and then the other one that I made isn't very different, but we will peruse through it quickly. I did decorate it just a little different. I just think she's so cute. Vintage geese were all the rage once upon a time, weren't they, for decorating? I still have some because I just can't let go, I guess. Pretty cute vintage stationery. And I thought that was a cute sentiment to put there. Remember to play. That's kind of what we do when we make journals. We play. Or when we craft. No, that little page turned out pretty. Tried to keep it mostly simple on every page, just so that there would be more space for journaling, since these are small papers anyway. Used a little bit of the ribbon that I used on the front of the journal. A little bit of vintage ribbon there. And like the mushrooms, I'm not a fan of bugs for ephemera and decorating, but just going with the goal of using what I have. Love that. The green on this page. ephemera, a little tuck spot. Well, that's about it, I guess. A little bit more fussy cut there. And you know why I did that is because I kind of messed up on the stamping right here, so I needed to cover it up. So again, just another way to fix a boo-boo. That's the beauty of journaling. We can always fix things. So that's my little attempt to use up what I have, and I'm going to keep trying to do that, I think. Just because it was fun and it was a challenge and I enjoyed it, and I think it turned out pretty cute. I hope you enjoyed that little flip through, and thank you for watching if you did. Take care. Bye-bye.